So I nominated Vic. Vic's one of our personal advisors. She always goes over and above for the young people that she works with. She's very empathetic, she's very thoughtful, and she likes to see whatever issues they have right through to the end, so she gets that reasonable outcome for them as best as she can.
I think I was quite shocked to find out that I was sort of one of the winners this year, and I think it's because I do honestly feel like we work as a team, and I think we all support each other, and I'm very sort of grateful for my colleagues. So of course it's nice to have that, but I think I wouldn't have received this if I wasn't as supported by my team as I am.
Yes, so Vic is a personal advisor within the Leave and Care team, and that role is to support young people transitioning from being a child in our care to leave and care. So it's support for advocacy, preparing them for the future, setting them up to live independently, all that good support that you would expect from a good parent. So that is technically what Vic's role is.
So I think something that I like is that every day is different, and I know that you probably hear that a lot, but a day can start with obviously responding to emails and generally answering the phone, but phone calls that can come in can be something as simple as somebody asking for support with an appointment, or it could be that something's come in, a concern about someone and we have to respond to it in sort of a safeguarding manner. It could be housing, employment, anything. And I think every day is different because of the nature of who we talk to and everybody that we work with.
Vic has an impact on some of the young people that she supports, as some of these young people don't have the connections that other young people have in regards to being a mother and a father. As a corporate parent, Vic ensures that these young people are given the support and advice as required. Young people that don't do so well in the environment, who are struggling, who are in crisis, she ensures that everything is put in place to help them get the best help them achieve the best outcome for them, really.
I think if there's a message that I could give to the government, it would be that we need to invest in our care leavers so that they can thrive in their future, to be able to engage with society and the employment opportunities and any training that they can do, because that's setting them up for a more positive future, and without that it could essentially end up costing us more through sort of support through homelessness and through the benefit system, rather than being able to sort of build them up and being able to be self-sufficient.
Yes, I think looking at the impact that Naomi's work has had on the service users in Coventry, I can really say a lot about it. Yeah, Naomi is very passionate about her work, and the impact of this work has been seen with the way she interacts with her service users. She kind of enlightens them and brings them awareness surrounding mental health awareness, and has also worked with children's services where she was championing child protection and trying to bring awareness to ethnic minorities who may not be very aware of the way, the culture, and the way that is acceptable to raise children here in the UK.
Naomi, she's got I call her genius, because she's got a speed, and she's a fast learner as well. She taps from experiences and bringing in experience she's got from the children's services as well. There are a lot of court of protection cases. She's very good in those areas, so she's been always assisting the whole team as well in those areas.
The thing I enjoy the most in my role is the advocacy part of it. You come into people's life, and which I feel is kind of a privilege. You step into people's life, and most times people need social workers when they're struggling. So you come in, you support them, and then when you step away and see that they have achieved some positive outcomes, it kind of makes me happy.
Naomi has also been involved with the service users in the community by going to public places such as churches and schools, just to educate people or create more awareness regarding mental health, and also with issues regarding to child protection. And also through her media platform, which is maybe reaching out to more people who can access the internet.
So one of the other ways that I support the community, apart from my professional role as a social worker, is that I founded an organization called Thrive Well Resources, where we provide culturally relevant mental health support to Black and Caribbean communities. Another aspect of support we provide through Thrive Well is preventative child protection support to migrant communities.
I think what would happen if we're not around to do our jobs would be that there'll be so many people that are struggling without knowing what services to access. There'll be a lot of poor mental health that will result to different issues in people's lives. Maybe they can't work or they can't actually keep up properly with their own lives as well. And also there would be a decline in well-being. So I think what we do is just to signpost people to the right services where they can get support in their lives, and also just talk to people and to encourage them to be able to maintain their own independence as well. I think that's what we do.
So the message I would like to give to the government is that social care is not a luxury. It is a lifeline for people, especially the demographic that I serve, which is people with learning disabilities. They deserve to live in dignity. They deserve to live fulfilled and purposeful lives, free from harm and also free from abuse.
I nominated Paul for this award for a few reasons. Everybody who works within our service is dedicated and passionate and caring. Paul takes this to the next level.
So my name's Paul Brannan. I work for Shetland Islands Council and I work for a service called Assertive Community Transitions, which is part of the Adult Services Learning Disability and Autism Service.
Paul's absolutely a worthy winner of this award because in the 38 years that I've been working with people with learning disabilities and autism and neurodivergent conditions, he's probably one of the best support workers I've ever worked with in terms of his knowledge, his passion and his dedication to this role.
My job is a social care worker practitioner, so that still involves quite a lot of face-to-face care of individuals who live with autism and learning disabilities. But my role kind of encompasses more of the care planning, the risk assessments, writing care plans.
I think it's an amazing thing that Paul is getting this award because of the hard work that he puts into his role, the difference he makes to these people's lives that he supports in the community.
What inspired me the most was definitely my little brother. He was a very big baby and he was asphyxiated at birth, which means that he lives with paraplegic cerebral palsy and he's non-verbal. So I've grown up caring for him over the last 24 years and watching him grow up and how he's grown to who he is today, how he communicates. It really inspired me.
Paul is very empathetic, but Paul is also really analytical, very focused on improving future outcomes, and he's been able to develop processes within our service that has made that infinitely easier.
What I love about my job is the people and supporting people who live with learning disabilities and autism and empowering them and enabling them when they may not be able to articulate or say how they feel. And if I can help them to say how they feel or say they're having a good day, then that's what matters most to me.
If we didn't have the funding to support the most vulnerable people in society, it would have a huge emotional detrimental impact on them. They would be unable to live within the community. These people might end up in secure hospitals or the justice system in places that they don't belong. The costs of supporting these people in these ways would still be just as high, except it would have very negative consequences for society, for the community and for the individuals. Withdrawing funding would not save any money. It would just mean that it would be spent through the police, the ambulance services and other crisis management services. Putting the funding in place to support these people proactively and to help them integrate in the community and contribute to the community saves more money in the long run, as well as being a much more compassionate human way. to live.